Which brings me to the question about, how did mom feel when you got your graduation? Because she was one that was laughing, Unilag. Yeah. Unilag, call Cambridge knee.
First of all, when our daddy then he was still alive, the day we told him...
Your dad passed in 2009. So you didn't see...
He had an accident.
So you didn't see Speed Mills?
No, he didn't see Speed Mills. So it happened that we got admission. He died a month after we got the admission. You know, like, he has always believed that we can achieve anything we set our mind to achieve. I mean, that was him. You know, he always makes us believe that we should never join the crowd. We should define our own, we should have our own voice. And then
what did he do?
On what he's a carpenter. He's a carpenter, yeah.
Just like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ's father, Joseph was a carpenter.
Yes. So he has always told us we should have our own opinion and stand with our own opinion. Even when we are wrong, we should know that, oh, this is what we stand for. Than instead of us joining the crowd. So when we told him we got an admission, he was so happy. He said, oh, God has done it. And I think that was when he heard him like really saying, no, I can go. Because I know you guys...
But it became a problem for... Is that why Speed Mills came about? I don't know how Speed Mills...
Yes, at that point, when our daddy died, we used to be cleaners. Then, because when we came to Lagos, after living in Damanti, came back home, then I came to Lagos. We started scouting for jobs.
Did you come with him?
I came alone. And then we started scouting for jobs. I went through all those, my classmates, friends I had. You know whether I can squat with them? They said no. Then when I had to... We stayed in a generator house for close to a year, because that was the only place we can find the accommodation. A man
Where did you used to have a bath?
You said?
Where did you used to have a bath?
Where we have a bath? We don't have a bath. We used to teach in a church, in our church. We teach children catechism in the Catholic church. So each time we want to go, even the restroom and all that, we go
to the church.
Then that was how we actually, because we're very close to the church. So at a point, we kept doing that for a while. So until our daddy now died. At that point, he now died. Everybody in the village was now looking up to us to come back to bury our dad. You know, like his sons are in Lagos. They will come back from Lagos, you know. And when we came, everyone was waiting for us.
We're young.
We are young. We're just 22 then. And we went back to the village, came back to Lagos, told our priest, our sister, our daddy just died in an accident. He was so sudden, we don't know what to do. And then the church now agreed. Then I said, okay, they're going to do a small, put a basket outside. They just announced it in church that the twins just lost their father and there's no way they can bury them, you know. And people were like, wow, those twins that have been helping out with the children choir, the children this. So people are giving us, some were giving us 5,000, some were giving us little things they were dropping in the basket. But that day we were able to raise about 150,000 naira we raised from that singular offer. And then a woman came to us at that period and said, after the burial of your father, life will never remain the same. I think that was the turning point in our life. And we now ask ourselves, wow. And there's something that have actually worked for me and my brother. We like to take advice, candid advice, sincere advice, not advice that is sugar-coated, just plain as it is. We said, okay, you know what? We took 50,000 naira part of that money, kept it aside in Lagos.
Smart business sense.
I took the remaining 100,000 naira and went back to the village. So when we get there, you know how the village burials are. They say, your daddy has not done this. You pay one goat here, you bring one cow. We say,
we don't have
we
money.
have never buried our daddy before. It's our first time experience. Please, let us manage this one that we have. So we're able to cut down on every burial cost. Instead of buying a casket of 50,000, we buy it one of 10. You know, we cut down on every cost of the burial. We did the burial, and then we came back to Lagos. Then coming back to Lagos, we have 50,000 naira to fall back to. The issue was that 50,000 can either make or mar us because we can't go begging. And we have lost the job as a cleaner because you can't be away.
Was he a cleaner too?
He was a cleaner.
Oh, okay.
The same company employed us. You know, this company that sent cleaners to different groups. So we now went, he went on his own, he lost his own job, I lost my own job. So we came back home with 50,000 naira. We kept thinking, what are we going to do with this 50,000 naira now? So we remember what the woman told us. She said, if you have a skill, you can never be out of a job. And at that point, we had no skill. So the only thing that for us to survive was to go and acquire a skill. So I told my brother one day that I want to go and learn how to make a cake. He laughed. I said, how would it be? Is it our daddy's death as it starts affecting you? Because for you now to start thinking of going to learn a woman's, because, you know, it was always felt like it's a woman's thing. That was in 2009. It's a woman thing. How can you go and say you want to learn how to make a cake? Cake, what? Then I went. After that, I started looking for where to learn how to make a cake. I met a woman who happens to be doing the training, and she told me it's going to cost 50,000 naira.
Wow, and that you had only 50,000.
And the moment she said that, I just said, 50,000. It seems she just, someone have...
Told her I have...
She wants to take everything. I was thinking of something of 10,000, 15,000. And she told me the training is going to be in a week. We run the training. On Monday, I came. She just told me, okay, welcome to the class. It was a very funny training. She just told me, okay, see what you use, flour, sugar, this, and then that's the end of the class. Come tomorrow. I came the next day, we mixed, she just mixed the thing together and showed me how it is mixed, put it in the...
So you invested that food. What did you feel like when you was going to put all the money that you people had into cake baking?
First, initially, it was very crazy, and I really objected to it. I said, man, we can't put our eggs in one basket, and considering the fact that before we became cleaners, we have done business, phone call business, Yes.
Recharge card?
Recharge card business. We have done recharge card business. And we did quite well, because we even won an award there in Apapa as the best business center there in Apapa. And we felt that, wow, we can do this business thing of I say, if you want to do this cake, as you are learning it, you must come also and defend how you're going to bring the money back. This money, by the end of this year, we must be able to have this 50,000 naira back. He kept saying, okay, don't worry, I'm going to do this. One cake, we can get a cake of 20,000, 30,000 before we get 4. I said, well, the possibility.
So he convinced you?
He convinced me that it's possible. But I said, if we are going to learn the cake, there also needs to be a business aspect of it.
Absolutely. Were you in school at this time?
Yeah, we are in Unilag.
We had to drop.
I had to drop in Unilag, while he had to defer his own 1 year.
So you went ahead?
He went ahead.
To finish the school?
To finish, then
I had to drop.
Admission elsewhere later on.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So where did you get admission eventually?
I later got another admission in Unilag, and I still could not continue. I still had to drop again after 1 year, and I later got admission in National Open University.
So it's just to get the education?
Yes.
So you started to do the business in the middle of getting it. So you eventually graduated first?
Yes. I graduated last year.
Okay, last year. So the cake, but you see, the point is you were doing everything at the same time. You never felt that there's no hope anymore.
No.
Where did the inspiration come from?
It was from our mindset. It's all from the mind. So we have this psyche in our mind that the more difficult it is, the more sweet the victory will be. So we focused more on what must I do today to make a difference tomorrow. So we are not really looking at what is the present situation. What must I do differently today that will make the most of tomorrow? So I think that was where the mindset, our mind was really going all out.
So from cake to speed meals? The first cake you ever made, how much did you make?
3,000 naira. I actually started by giving cake to little children in the church. After that, because to gain relevance, because most people, I know when I learned to make a cake, we started telling people in the church that we can make a cake. And a woman came to us and said, look at you. After this nonsense, nobody will ever, after looking at the big players, all these big organizations, they will leave it and come and be buying this nonsense. And that word came to us. Me and my mom were together when she said that. We went home, we felt so bad. So nobody will ever take us serious in this thing that we're doing. We said, we're going to do this thing so well that years to come, you will see it. You will not even believe that it was this thing. So, and that will become a motivating factor for us. So we started going all out.
So how old is Speed Meals now?
No, Speed Meals is 6 years now.
6 years old. And you've grown bigger. Now you say you do healthy meals.
Yes, healthy meals. Yeah.
Now you cater to,
I mean, we cook for different organizations, US Embassy, so many companies now. And there is this, why do we decide to do the healthy, focus strictly on healthy meals now is, when we are working as office cleaners, workers send us out on daily basis to go buy food for them. And most times we go to buy this food and you see the environment where they sell those food. And then you see even the people that cook those meals, There was a case I heard, someone was telling me, someone who had a tuberculosis. He knew he's a pharmacist. He knew that
because
the lady
because
he gives medication to that woman. And the tuberculosis was not treated, and it has gotten to an advanced stage, and she was still cooking food and selling to the public, It's just no check. And I heard this kind of it and say, wow, if people are exposed to this kind of risk, innocently eating, aside from hereditary diseases, every other sicknesses that people suffer.
Especially in big cities.
Especially
you decide to focus on healthy meals because of the way you package them.
Yes.
Well, it's been interesting talking. I'm trying to people. The first thing is twins. Oh, really? Business? So you have free PR, whether or no whether. You have free PR.
Being twins has also helped us, especially when it's women.
Identical twins.
Yes.
They're so excited.
It gives us access.
Double pleasure.
But once it gives us the access, then it's not what you make out of the access that makes all the difference.
Yes.
And God has been faithful with what we do. Our business has witnessed growth tremendously. And we're still very far from where we're going, but God has been very faithful.
So I want final word from you. What's the one thing that would describe the Igwe twins from you? I hope you won't say the same thing.
No.
What's the thing that describes the Igwe twins? What's about your story? I say inspiration. I don't know what you say.
Well, for me, if I look at our life, I said, anybody can do it. Anybody, whatever you can think of, you can do it. Anybody. I see myself as just as an ordinary person. You know, and just if me, I can find myself here. You know, everything about us is a dream.
Because you're still a trader in some ways, but you're not a more,
Yes.
with more finesse.
Yes, you know, that's those dreams that our parents have, somehow they can see it being fulfilled, but in a different way.
Okay, for me, the Igwe twins, I find a word. We have so many things, so I'm
Yes.
trying to find it.
Yeah, find 3 words then.
Actually,
Cheerleader.
describe ourselves. We are mentors, we are leaders, we are cheerleaders. Our aim is to be a role model. Somebody, a picture that somebody can look up to and say, if these guys can do it, surely there's nothing stopping
So when you go
me.
back to the village now, what happens?
We'll go back to the village, we are heroes.
There was an inspiration one of my primary school mates made when he saw me after some years, I think 3 years ago when I went to the village. He said, fan. You know, he literally saying that this world is like a standing fan. You know, when you are here and the fan is blowing you and you feel comfort, at some point that fan moves and goes to another direction, you know. So that person that probably you're looking down upon today, that is in trial, that you cannot make it, tomorrow that fan that is blowing you today may decide to shift and go to another direction, you know, and then that may be that person's direction. So it is good to treat every human being equal.
Because you never know.
Because you never
The
know.
mother must be the happiest person. Maybe when you marry, you're now 30.
Yeah.
So the hope is that you make her happy very soon.
Oh, yeah, we're planning to build our house and then get her a car.
And I think you can do it. Because once you set your mind to something, you do get it. Because you're hard workers and you're working together.
Yeah.
Wish you well. Thank you.
Thank
Your
you so
story
much.
continues to be a motivation for others to start, but an inspiration for those who have started to know that the end could be better.
Yeah,
Right?
surely the end could be better.
Thank you very much. Thank you
so
very much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
That's what the show has been like this week. I'll see you again on Seriously Speaking next week. Bye.